Fighting for his life as a baby, only to be gunned down on his front steps as a teen. Another unsolved murder in South Bend, but why? We take a look at what happened to Charles William Roberts III and where his case stands today. Charles had a rough start to life. He was born at just 29 weeks.
Well, at 29 weeks, your lungs haven't developed yet, so he was put in an incubator.
Doctors thought he would pass through the night.
But my prayer was that he wouldn't, and he didn't.
It was in that moment that Charles's mom, Karen, knew she would always be a bit overprotective of her little boy.
I never saw him as 100% well. I saw him as the preemie that he was. So I always took special care with him.
Karen and Charles were extremely close, and in true little boy fashion,
yeah, he keeps saying he's gonna marry his mama.
Charles grew up to love video games.
He'd have me at GameStop pre-ordering them.
And a good joke.
My daughter would have company, they were 10 years apart, and he'd run out in his undies, nothing but his undies.
As he got older, he continued to pave his own path. He loved music and started studying different religions. And nothing, and I mean nothing, got in the way of him and his mom's cooking.
We couldn't keep him away from the barbecue ribs and the chicken and all the things that he liked for me to fix.
Which at times seemed to come in handy.
It's funny, my husband tells stories that he would look up sometimes and him and his friends would be like, "Is that Mom in the alley? Oh my God." And they'd run off and I'd be trying to find out where they went. And I'd lure them back to the house. I'd be like, "I'm making cookies."
All Karen wanted was to make sure her little boy was safe.
We know that there were multiple shots fired, and we also are still looking at whether or not it was by the same person or if there was multiple people firing.
It was around 8 p.m. on July 20th of 2012 that shots rang out at 1101 Adams in South Bend. Charles was on the front porch with one or two friends.
They weren't out there but maybe 10, 15 minutes, and we hear pow, 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 pow.
According to police, a group of 3 or 4 young males approached the porch, exchanged some words with Charles and his friends, and shots were fired.
He opened the door, and Charles fell in, and he caught him, but he was wide awake, and he said, "Duty, what happened? Who shot you?" And Charles, he just looked up and he said, "I don't know." He said, "I don't know." And I think those were the last words we heard from him.
As Karen was trying to make sense of what just happened, the suspects fled the scene. Charles was rushed to the hospital and into surgery.
And I just started screaming, "No, no." So my sister took my hand and they took us in a room, and the doctor said, we lost him. My son was supposed to be safe. He was at home. We were at home.
At 18 years old, Charles just finished his junior year at Riley. He started an internship at Notre Dame. He had dreams of being a barber and opening up his own shop in South Bend. Dreams ripped away by gun violence. What would you say to Charles?
Just to tell him how much I love and miss him and how strong I'm trying to be for him, because I know how strong he was for me. And that I don't blame him for anything.
This case was originally investigated by the St. Joseph County Metro Homicide Unit, but is now being investigated by the South Bend Police Department's Violent Crimes Unit. They're looking to talk to anyone with any information, no matter how small it may be. They even want to talk to you if you came forward 10 years ago. You can always remain 100% anonymous by submitting a tip through Michiana Crime Stoppers, and there are several ways to do so. And remember, if your tip leads to the solving of this case or an arrest, you're eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,500.